Bud versus Canelo. That's the only fight that matters. Canelo versus Bud. Bud versus Canelo. Mira, hey, wake up. Wake your asses up. You boxing fans are being hypnotized and you don't even realize it. You don't even recognize it. You guys are being hypnotized. Wake up. Boxing fans, wake up. Canelo versus Bud Crawford is a total mismatch. It's a garbage fight. All right? Don't let these pundits, quote unquote pundits, legend fighters, ex-world fighters, current fighters, independent media, YouTube boxing content creators fool you. This is a horrible fight, a total mismatch. It's nonsensical. Yeah, people gonna be like, hey, yo, but damn, this does great business. Oh yeah, Blueface versus Gervonta Davis does good numbers too. Chris Brown versus Rihanna, in the ring, it does good business as well. Ladies and gentlemen, we need to quit it. Hardcore boxing fans, I'm gonna stop you in your tracks right now because a lot of you are becoming casuals. All right? This is not a good fight. Ladies and gentlemen, yes, Bud Crawford is pound for pound, 2-1, 1-2. You can flip it around. All right? Canelo Alvarez is the same thing. You can say the same thing about Canelo Alvarez. Pound for pound, 1, 2, 3. You can flip it around. Canelo Alvarez is the king of this era. Canelo Alvarez, the 4th division world champion, super middleweight undisputed. King Nelo, a.k.a. Cartelo, a.k.a. Cash Nelo, a.k.a. Payday, a.k.a. get the fuck out of here, man. Canelo Alvarez is the king in the 168-pound division. Bud Crawford is the king in the 147-pound division that never fought in 154, 160, nor 168. What makes you think that Bud Crawford is going to just walk up to the 168-pound division and challenge the king, Canelo Alvarez? What makes you think that? Because you're hook-winked? Because you're blinded by the performance of Bud Crawford versus Errol Spence, and you think because he did that to Errol Spence, he's going to challenge Canelo Alvarez? Stop it. The 154-pound king, Jermall Charlo, went up there 2 weight classes up. And everybody was saying, well, you know what I'm saying? Canelo Alvarez did come from a lower division. He is, you know what I'm saying? They're the same size. As a matter of fact, Jermall Charlo is bigger. What happened? No. Fight night, Jermall Charlo looked at 15 pounds lighter than Canelo Alvarez. And he looked at smaller than Canelo Alvarez. Bud Crawford is smaller than Jermall Charlo. Jermall Charlo is 6 feet. Bud Crawford is 5'8". That's coming from 135, 140, 147. People, you need to quit it. There's so many fights in the sport of boxing. There's so many fights for Bud Crawford if he's going to be moving up to the 154-pound division, in which we could honestly say that the 154-pound division is probably the most stacked division in the sport of boxing, including with the 140. But the 154-pound division got a lot of bodies. And then there's some people going to be like, hey, yo, this is hate, yo. You hating on Bud. This ain't hating on Bud. Am I hating on Naoya Inoue if I said that Naoya Inoue versus Gervonta Davis or Naoya Inoue versus Vasily Lomachenko was a bad fight? No, man. This is nonsensical, man. There's so many good fights. We want Canelo Alvarez versus David Benavidez. We want Canelo Alvarez versus Jaime Munguia. I even hear people saying that, yo, but I think that Canelo Alvarez versus Jermall Charlo was garbage, but I will see Bud Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez. That's how people are so mind-effed. You guys are hypnotized. You guys are hypnotized. I don't give a damn if you like Jermall Charlo, hate Jermall Charlo, like his skills or not. Jermall Charlo's a middleweight division and a name that's been attached to Canelo Alvarez. Am I dying to see that fight at this point? No. But he's more justified. That fight is more justified than a Bud Crawford and Canelo Alvarez. I want to see David Benavidez. I want to see, and right now, Jaime Munguia, because Jaime Munguia at least went up to the division and fought somebody, a common opponent of Canelo Alvarez, and outperformed Canelo Alvarez. So it just makes sense that if Jaime Munguia gets the opportunity, it's just due. Jermall Charlo haven't gone to the 168, but at least his name been attached to Canelo Alvarez ever since they was in the 160-pound division. Bud Crawford a couple of years ago didn't even believe. He thought that was nonsensical for anybody to even ask him about Canelo Alvarez and himself versus Bud Crawford. Come on, y'all. Stop. I'm saying this because we need to stop shrinking our sport. We're being frustrated because we ask for dumb fights or we ask for good fights, but yet prematurely sometimes. Bud Crawford is going up in weight to the 154. I would like to see Bud Crawford still see the winner of Tim Tszyu and Keith Thurman. I would like to see Bud Crawford versus Fundura. Bud Crawford versus Erickson Lubin. Bud Crawford versus Jermall Charlo. Bud Crawford versus even Danny Swift Garcia. They got a rivalry that dates back to the amateurs in which Danny Garcia beat him in the amateurs. There's a lot of good fights, a lot of good names, and still money to be made. And then people want to criticize Canelo Alvarez for not fighting David Benavidez and fighting a smaller guy, Jermall Charlo. Didn't y'all criticize when Canelo Alvarez fought Amir Khan, knocked him out cold? And now you want somebody that is smaller than Jermall Charlo to get the opportunity? When Canelo Alvarez have 2 quality opponents, maybe 3 quality opponents. And look, I still would like to see Canelo, aside from what the fans is asking for, David Benavidez and Jaime Munguia, Jermall Charlo is in line as well. I would still like to see, hey, what about maybe you could add on the Demetrius Andre that's going to make it interesting as well. And look, some people don't even want to see certain fights with Canelo Alvarez unless if it's David Benavidez. So why you going to add in a guy that's smaller than Jermall Charlo just because of the hype of Bud Crawford? Bud Crawford beat Errol Spence. Canelo Alvarez. Remember when people was talking about Errol Spence and Canelo Alvarez? I felt the same way. I said Canelo Alvarez will make Errol Spence eat from a straw. You saw what Bud did to him. Now, can you imagine? Did that humble y'all, right? What Bud Crawford did to Errol Spence, it humbled y'all, right? We ain't never heard no Canelo Alvarez versus Errol Spence ever again. Remember before he signed to that PBC deal, before he signed the zone deal. It humbled y'all. Do y'all want to be humble again? Hey, yo, stick to playing video games. You want to see Bud versus Canelo? Go get the fight night video and play it. But this is real life. It's nonsensical.